Special education is returning to its roots, but not in a good way. Are we witnessing progress or undoing decades of hard-won rights? Let me break it down. You may not be aware, but before 1979, special education was overseen by the Department of Health, Education, and Welfare. This is what we now call Health and Human Services, or HHS. But here's the difference. Back then, disability was treated as a medical issue, not as an educational right. That changed when the Department of Education was created and special education was brought under its authority, marking a major civil rights milestone for students with disabilities and their families. Now that oversight is being shifted back to HHS, that has major implications. The move to DOE, which is the Department of Education, was intentional. It was designed to enforce the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or IDEA. It was a way to ensure students received a free and appropriate public education, also known as FAPE, and hold schools accountable. It essentially framed disability as an educational right, not just as a medical condition. The shift to HHS is concerning because this is a health agency, not an education authority. It doesn't have systems in place to oversee IEPs, monitor compliance, or enforce IDEA protections. This opens the door to gaps in services, legal confusion, and weakened enforcement. What this means for your child is that oversight by HHS could create state-by-state disparities, limit access to services, and erase the progress advocates have fought for since the 1970s. This shift could take us back to a time when education wasn't guaranteed for children with disabilities. If you believe special education should stay under the leadership of education experts and not be buried in bureaucracy, now's the time for you to act. My hope is always to be a resource. So on Monday, March 31st at 6 p.m. Eastern, I'm hosting a live Zoom call to help talk through some of the changes we're seeing with the Department of Ed and future funding, to also talk through how you can protect your child's rights and current level of service, answer any questions that you might have. There will be other special education experts on the call. Join me on Monday. Registration is in my bio, and there's also a link at the end of this message. Okay?